you need to have me remove a sign, please ask me after this meeting, because I talked to Susan actually after everyone was putting their signs out, and I assured her that, don't worry, you won't see any Elizabeth Allen signs that bother you. So I didn't put them there if they're there. My husband went crazy. Sign, he could put one. But as far as me and putting my signs out, I want a vote behind the sign. So if you see a sign and you see a person, that's what I want. A poll doesn't vote. A phone poll doesn't vote. So, you know, I want the vote behind the sign. So that's where I stand.
Can I also respond to what was said?
No, because that would open it up for everybody.
But she said things that aren't true.
Well, then anybody, if you want to talk afterwards, but it wouldn't be fair. We'd have to do that for all the questions.
Okay.
Thank you. This question is to Steve.
There's your opportunity.
Yeah. The question is, don't talk about signs. As you know, November 2nd, there's a Prop 19 on the ballot in the state of California to legalize marijuana for recreational purposes. It's a two-part question. One, do you support it? And two, how will it affect the dispensaries here in South Shore? In your opinion.
Well, a lot of misunderstanding about Prop 19. It says that it's tax and regulate. There's no new taxes that are going to be raised. The option goes to the cities, and they can enact taxes. So this could be a source of significant revenue for people. Betty Yee, the head of the Board of Equalization, has gone on record that last year the state of California collected over $100 million in taxes from the larger dispensaries. So this is an issue that has merit in terms of providing serious solutions to the economic distress of the cities. There's been a lot of speculation that it will harm medical marijuana dispensaries. I can assure you that 1136 2.5, which most people don't understand, is well represented throughout 19 and protects the work and the rights that we were able to assess for medical marijuana patients. You know, when we passed 215, drug czar Barry McCaffrey said loudly that the teenage use of marijuana would skyrocket.
In fact, I advocated for a $1 tax per ticket with Heavenly, and I did not win that battle in the city council. I thought it was important to support the garage because I thought Heavenly was going to benefit by the parking garage, so I wanted to assess $1 per ticket. I can tell you in the ski industry, they will fight any attempt anywhere in the country to put any tax on any ski lift ticket, and their argument was, we're spending $25 million to build the gondola. We're paying for the gondola. That was no cost to the city. So I did advocate it. I did try to get a $1 tax on it. By the way, parking is free for the movie theater for 4 hours if you go down there. So maybe that's something we need to communicate. Also, many businesses will validate for you down there also. So I think that's important. But yes, I did advocate for it. I got nowhere on the council. I didn't have support on the council for that. And Heavenly fought it. In fact, Heavenly even made a comment that they wouldn't build a gondola if we did. I'm sure that was a veiled threat. Oh, I said veiled, didn't I? Yeah. But their contention was they're spending $25 million of their own money, and so I thought we should have, and it would have helped pay for the parking garage.
Well, how can we prevent that from happening?
Well, it's in the agreement for 30 years. We can't tax them.
Across the street. If Vail comes in and buys the whole, are we going to give them a sweetheart deal when they
I have no idea. I can't sit there and tell you that, but I'll tell you one thing. I had nothing to do with the hole in the ground. You won't find my signature on any document with that developer. And I wasn't on the council then. But yeah, it's a new ballgame. Maybe that's an issue we can take and discuss and generate tremendous amount of revenue. I think they average 2,000 people a day on the gondola at times. But again, like I said, they're paying out the $25 million loan. But they took to build that gondola.
Now I can stand up.
Yeah.
Okay, well, to say the least, thank you very much for all of your thoughtful answers. And would you like to have a question and answer period? It's been almost 2 hours. But would you like to have a question and answer period for 10 or 15? Okay, then is that okay with you? Okay.
So we got all day.
Okay, who's got a question? Yes, sir.
Do the vacation...
Are you addressing this to everyone?
Or whoever.
Okay. And try to keep the answers brief so that we can get into it.
Whoever knows the answer. So the question is, the vacation homeowners that rent their home as a vacation rental, do they need to have a tourist accommodation unit?
No.
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 Took care of that one. Yes, sir.
A lot has been said about our crumbling infrastructure by virtually everywhere. How are we going to get our roads in shape between now and May so that these skinny tire bikes that are going to be not only riding around the lake, but they're going to be here for a week beforehand, riding all over South Shore and all over, they're going to hit nothing but potholes, cracks. How are we going to get this done between now and May of 2011?
We aren't. Well, we've got $3 million structural hole in our economy. We have been completely neglecting the roads. We have no serious budget for the roads just to maintain them, much less do what I agree with you should be done. Thanks.
By the way, Highway 50 is responsibility of Caltrans, not the city. And as you know, with the state budget, it ain't going to happen.
Anyone else like to
Has the route been set for where the race is? And if it has, those streets should be addressed first. But I ride a bike quite a bit too, and it is quite a hazard to be out there on your bike. So these things do need to be addressed.
The route is around the lake, but they are going to be here for a week beforehand training. I guarantee you they're going to be on every side road. They're going to be on South Upper Truckee. They're going to be on Pioneer Trail. And they're going to find what I find cycling 50 to 70 miles a week.
I guess it's time to find the shovel-ready grant money as soon as possible.
It's a minefield out there.
Anyone else like to address that particular question? Yes, sir.
I think most candidates agree that public transportation is an important aspect of our community, both for locals and tourists. You know that the Transportation Authority right now is in some serious has some serious financial problems. Obviously, generation of revenue is not enough to offset the cost. How do you envision getting transportation back up to the level we need?
I'm going to address that because I think it was a mistake for the city to give up the authority to the transportation history. Clearly, in fact, I saw Ken Davey here. Ken ran a pretty darn good operation for the city when he ran the bus system. So I think we need to probably wrestle that back. There's competition for the dollars in the routes and the service. And I think we need to focus on the major portion of transportation needs right here in the city of South Lake Tahoe.
Anyone else like to address that?
Yeah, I think bus transportation is intensely important in this town, and I don't understand how it got so bad with the Transit Authority right now. I think the oversight just was not there. And you know, as a city council member, I think we need to extend our oversight over these agreements that we have with these agencies, or the transit agency, or South Tahoe Refuse, or whatever agencies are operating within our city. But we need to provide bus transportation, and that needs to include covered bus shelters, so that people have a place to sit there and wait, because we all know that those buses don't arrive on time. There needs to be accountability so that the buses do arrive on time. I mean, I tried riding the buses with my 2 kids, and I gave up because they're not dependable. So we need to address that, and there needs to be oversight, and there needs to be accountability. Because when you get oversight and you get accountability, and those buses are reliable and they're dependable, and there's a covered place for you to sit and wait, you will stop using your car. I would stop using my car. Tourists would come up that wouldn't need to rent a car because they could depend upon that transportation. Until we can get to that point, there isn't going to be revenue for transportation because no one uses it. So you have to build it first. The revenue will follow. And I'm sorry, I have a commitment at 11:30, so I'm going to have to cut out early, and I apologize.
Thank you.
At the Poverty to Prosperity Forum, it became very evident that bus service is essential to actually move our economy forward. And I think as we reinvent the bus system, we need to have the community participate in where these bus routes should be. Wendy David told a story of a young lady who worked at Rayleigh's, and she had a small child. It took her 2 hours to drop her child off to child care and then get to Rayleigh's, where she only worked for 4 hours. And then afterwards, it took her an additional 2 hours to leave Rayleigh's, get a bus to child care, and then find a bus home. And so I think that in the reprocessing of this bus service, We have to be very conscious of our community and